All right, here we go. Hip Hop Meets Politics, episode 16, the first one of 2020.
Freedom, equality, justice, education, diversity, change. This is Hip Hop Meets Politics.
See, you were waiting for me to say a smart comment, weren't you?
Yeah, man, but you didn't, so it's all good.
I know, right? Hey, 2020, I'm turning over a new leaf.
What's
Trying not to be such a smart ass.
Oh, well,
But I can't help that, so
I'm going to continue to be one. You know, my middle name is Smart Ass.
Please believe it. What up, though, man? Happy 2020 to you.
You too. Happy
it's
2020.
It's our first show, of the year.
Yeah, I'm excited about this year's.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, we got my kinfolk, little Mikey, one of my mentees, NATO, the youth, the millennials, the Z generation, the 80 babies, the whole shebang. We're going to talk about the Hip Hop Nation. We're going
to talk about the state of the Hip Hop Nation and where we're going as a community and the things that we want to change for 2020 and beyond.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
true.
Shout out to all of my white hip hop folk, all my black hip hop folk, my brown hip hop folk. If you have the same pedigree spiritually, then you'll rock with us. If not, you can get the off the podcast.
Hey, Sweden, Japan.
Shout out to all of the states that are now legal with marijuana. Shout out to everybody in Michigan checking us out.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Illinois.
Chicago can fire up now, baby.
Hey, thanks for catching up, man. If y'all need anything, again, if you need any help on that and so you don't go to jail because you smoking in the car, police pull you over, you're going to jail. So don't do it like that. It's like drinking and driving.
Just like drinking and driving. If you get busted smoking, you going in.
Yes, DUI.
You going in. So, yeah, definitely be.
Hey, so it's rules and regulations to it. So make sure y'all check in on that. And if you smoking and you walking downtown and thinking it's cool, then they're going to arrest you again because you got to be in your house, kind of ducked off with the blinds closed on them. Got to be careful.
All right, that's what's up.
Are you ready?
Hip Hop 101? Yeah.
All right, so I was tripping about the baby getting arrested and going to jail. Did you see that story?
I did.
Okay, did you see when he was sitting there talking to the judge, okay, we gonna get you out. Your bail is this amount. And then the baby was like, yeah, well, I'm gonna just tell my attorney to get my $500,000 out the hotel room and get me up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So he left, and 30 minutes later he come back and they said, oh, you denied bail. You already got previous charges and they upholding you this to that, so they held him more. I hope that young guys like the baby, Shamerda, I wish he would have knew me. Kodak Black, I wish he would have knew me. And not just knowing me, but at least listen to some game I'm about to give you. Because you chalking up all them charges, you got money, that don't mean nothing. I'm gonna lay out some people that have money, maybe even more money than you had, and you know where they ass end up at? Straight in the damn clink. We gonna start with Tupac. Tupac was doing the same thing as the baby and Kodak Black now, sparking up hella charges, and then he get that one charge on top of all them charges, which was the rape case, and you know what happened to Tupac? Locked his ass up. You know what I'm saying? Suge Knight, he got 30 years or something?
Yeah.
After all them charges he did, locked up. Kodak Black, you know what happened to Kodak Black? Locked his ass up. You get what I'm saying? Snoop Dogg, he one of the lucky ones that got off
really
of
is.
He got lucky off that murder case. We ain't even I'm gonna just put R. Kelly in here because he ain't hip hop, but he was doing hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So an A$AP Rocky.
That's right, when he went over to Sweden.
Right, I bet you he's different. He's not trying to get in nothing right now because he understands. See, I'm the big OG homie. I've been in hip hop for over 20 years, and I just want to tell my youth out there, I appreciate y'all having the movement, doing what you're doing. But when it come up with playing with these people, hey man, it don't matter how much money you got. Michael Jackson had money. Look what they tried to do to him. You know what I'm saying? You are an African American. The odds are against you. Whatever you do, spotlights on you, odds are against you. They're mad you got the money. So I just hope when you hear this podcast that you listen to me, man, and you get some OGs around you, or uncle or someone around you that care about you and don't want you slipping up. When I was your age at 19, I was egotistical too. My ego was bigger than Floyd Mayweather's at 19. I bought my first condo at 19, spent $20,000, $30,000 down, had my money, could buy me anything I wanted. You couldn't tell me nothing, but I ended up in the clink.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't have the proper guidance and the proper individuals around me that really cared. So I hope that you guys is getting up there, you know what I'm saying? I hope The Baby, you the number one artist out there. I love your music. I just hope you get somebody and you actually listen to them, and somebody that's around you that care and that can give you this OG knowledge to help you to escape being in the system, because it don't matter how much money if you got $500,000 in your hotel room. Tupac had $2 million, and he ended up being in jail. Suge ended up getting him out after 3 years or whatever. But we need you out here. We don't need you in the clink. So like with The Baby, for instance, right? The Baby was already, he should have already, whoever was around him should have been telling him, you just got off an attempted murder case at the Walmart spot. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But they didn't do that, because if I had attempted murder and a robbery, do you think I'm gonna be talking crazy or I'm gonna be away from everything?
No doubt.
When you get money, you think you above the law. And as OJ, you get what I'm saying? OJ thought he was above the law. Look what happened to OJ. R. Kelly thought he was above the law. Look what happened to R. Kelly. And especially if you're a brother, they gonna they at our heads constantly at all times. You get what I'm saying?
No doubt.
So I just want the hip hop artists out there to understand, man. I'm not telling you nothing to do, but I am saying I hope you get someone like myself. If you don't, holler at me on the IG or Facebook.
Hip Hop Meets Politics.
Yeah, Hip Hop Meets Politics, and then I'll give you some of this good game.
No doubt. That's what's up. All right, man, time for our special interview today, and we're kicking off our show. You know, our first show of 2020 is really going to be about where the hip hop nation is going to be going in 2020.
That's right.
From a community political level, all right? How can we fight the issues that affect us every day and make change from it as a unit, as a group, individually, and as a collective?
That's right, man, and that's why we have my cousin here, Mikey. He's been in and out of the criminal system, and also my little homeboy, one of my mentees. We had Nato here. So what's up, little Mikey? Nato, what's up?
What's up, man?
You heard me talking about The Baby and whatnot. What is the state of the hip hop nation to you right now? What do you think our state is? Man. While the United States looking at us crazy?
Man, as a whole, to me, my opinion is, we lost because, for one, and in our culture, hip hop, we have the nerve to always spit out the wrong message. And the message is like violence is cool.
We live in that though.
Absolutely, but it's more to the forefront because everything is digital, everything is visual, and they so quick to put the negative visual out there in the world, and they make the kid that's growing up looking at it like it's positive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's not the lick. That's not the lick. What we need to do is reverse it, turn it around, put the positive out there that's really going on in the neighborhoods, and they can see that. Even though I grew up in this negative situation, this negative neighborhood, I can make this negative into a positive by appreciating being taught how to do positive and not always running from positive things because they put the positive things out there in the world like it's negative and the negative things out there in the world like it's positive, and we get it misconstrued, we get it twisted, and now you're running around with your kids, running around with their pants hanging down. Like it's okay to show your ass, it's okay to tote a gun, or this, that, and the third, or rob this person, or rob that person. But that's not cool. You're taking away from yourself. You're taking away from your own community. You're taking away from the value of yourself by putting a lesser value on yourself by robbing somebody or going to gangbang on somebody. Like it's cool. It's not cool.
But what if it isn't any positive mentors or no one that you could look up to in the community? What would you do? The Hip Hop Nation. They don't have nobody. They don't have no leaders, per se.
But there are. You got you.
That's right.
You got you. You know what I'm saying? I learned from you. I'm saying I've been with you for 13 years and counting. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
In my days, I didn't want to hear nothing. Whatever I'm doing, what the hell I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Guess what? I know you got my back, no matter what. But I got to misconstrue. You know what I'm saying? I took advantage.
What happened when you took advantage?
Man, I ended up going to jail for 2 to 5 to 3 years. You know what I'm saying? By the grace of God.
That was one time. What about the other time?
Hard head, nigga, soft ass. Something I can say about that, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I learned how to value what's more important: my freedom, my family. You know what I'm saying? Just being a part of something other than being detached from something. You know what I'm saying? You want to always be a part of something. You learn things from being a part of something. You learn how to value it. You know what I'm saying? When you constantly running amok in the street, you don't value nothing because everything comes so fast. So there's no time to sit down and think. I had a time to sit down and think what was more important to me. And what's more important to me is what I love to do the most. My family, my music, you know what I'm saying? The people around me who pushes me to do positive things, that's what I value the most. and I was taking advantage of it by not showing them that I appreciate the things that they're trying to give me, the things, the knowledge they're trying to give me. Well, I take it, I know it, but I would never put it into action. I would never practice what they was telling me because I didn't really believe in it. I'm like, okay, I ain't making the money. I don't care about this. I don't care about that. But as soon as I bump my head, I gotta sit down and I think about it like, well, I was more valuable than I am now because I'm not doing that. I'm sitting down in this cage thinking about what I could have been, what I should have been, and how I should have been doing this other than leaving the riffraff alone. I wanted to be a part of the riffraff because that was put out to be popular. That was put out to be good. It was put out to be the
You know what's funny? I was checking out Dr. Umar Johnson. He was on the Breakfast Club a couple of weeks ago, and he nailed, I think it was about 5 things that African Americans should look out for when looking at people to vote for. You know what I'm saying? And I thought it was real poignant because I thought some of those things that he pointed out is something that we as African Americans should look at improving on upon ourselves and not just worrying about a candidate trying to take care of those things on a government level for us, that we as a community can actually help as well, right? So check this out. Mass incarceration. That's one, right?
Absolutely.
So how do we dismantle mass incarceration? We do the things that will keep our asses out of jail.
Yep.
That's how we fix the mass incarceration.
Like, keep a job.
issue.
Trust me when I say this. Keep a job. If you don't keep a job, then you don't have no other alternative but to do what you like to do. First, like robbery, you might as well do a murder because it's basically in the same realm of the felonies. You know what I'm saying? If you rob somebody and you have a pistol, you youngsters need to know this. If you rob somebody, you got a pistol, and
It's enhanced.
I'm like, hey, Doug, move away from that microphone. And you move away from that microphone, then that's an automatic 25 years on slapping on you.
Absolutely.
With
Call
the
kidnapping.
whatever the robbery charge is. So Doug, now I told Mikey, and Mikey, you move over there, and Nato, I see you sneaking over there, you move over there. Enhance that 3 times.
Wow.
I mean, the youngsters don't know none of this.
What they call it is kidnapping.
Yeah, kidnapping.
If you move somebody
Right.
a foot,
right.
just 1 foot from where they originally was at, in any case of a robbery or any kind of crime, it's considered as kidnapping because you made them move involuntarily.
Yep.
Let me go to his second point. The second one was miseducation. Now that's a tough one right there.
We don't get education. We last in education.
So we
down there.
gotta change the education system, in my opinion. We have to dismantle it.
You're right, but we also have to take heed ourselves and train our kids to go to school, to be, to at least apply themselves in school.
Exactly, no doubt.
Stop cussing the teachers out, smoking weed
Right.
in the restrooms and getting kicked out of school, and then dropping out of school and then going to.
On
But
that level,
okay, but how does that happen? Real quick, how does that happen? That happens from dysfunctional families. Hold
Absolutely.
on,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
happening
you're
from
right.
dysfunction. So when you have dysfunction, you got a father who's not there, or a mother who's working 3 freaking jobs trying to make
Living
it work.
in Iraq
You know
in
what
the
I'm
ghetto.
saying? And then you're growing up in a neighborhood where the education system is f***ed up. Like, how the hell do you get out of that shit?
easy. If you grew up in a neighborhood, if you grew up in a household like that, so you already know what to look for. You know what I'm saying? You know how to come at these kids because you did it yourself. So you know how to recognize what they're going through. If you've never been through it, it's hard for you to recognize it. You know what I'm saying? So if you know how to recognize what the child's going through, that's 16, 17 years old, that didn't have a father, that didn't have the mindset of somebody putting discipline in them.
NATO, so can you get in on this? You 18 years old, correct?
Yes.
So you went through that. When I met you, you was at Desert Rose going through it, trying to graduate. What was your situation?
Getting in trouble too much and not focusing on the right things all the time.
And what type of household environment? You got brothers, they in and out of jail, or they go to school, or what?
One of my brothers in jail, and I live with my granny, so
Like,
we cool.
Answer this, Nato. Without a person that can recognize what you was going through, did you have the time to even understand what they were saying? It took somebody that can relate to you for you to sit down and be like, okay, I can hear you out.
Is that true?
Yes.
So when you met me and I was like, you could graduate, you don't have to be like the homies, because he grew up in my neighborhood, y'all, over there on Donna Street. What was going through your head when we first met? Because when we first met, we was trying to get you right, and now you graduated and you excelled and you going above what many people didn't think you could go. So how did you do it?
I didn't want to go to the little. I didn't want to go to where. Who was the teacher that came and got me?
Mr. Merced.
Yeah, Mr. Merced. When he came and got me, I didn't even want to go. And then you had talked to me, and then we built something, and then we got better communication, and I got to know you more, so it was cool.
Yeah, because you could relate.
Yeah.
So that's what we need in the school system. We need more individuals that African Americans, Latinos can relate to diversify the school system in order to relate to them, to get them on the path that they need to go on.
Yeah,
Boom. All right, so let's go into one of the other points that Dr. Umar said, which I agree with as well, gentrification. So gentrification, that's, I guess you can call it when they move a certain group of people out of one neighborhood to turn it into another neighborhood, make it more economically stable or whatever. So, gentrification is going on all across the country. And what they're literally doing is they are taking us and they are moving us somewhere else. When you think about a government who uses capitalism as its way to keep people down. Now, that's a strong statement I said right there. But when you have capitalism, see, it's legal for the Japanese to come in and buy and spend $2 billion to renovate the entire West Side, right? I'm just throwing up a hypothetical.
Okay.
And then so that Japanese real estate owner can, once he bought all that property, he can raise whatever kind of rates he wants to get people out.
Yep. Move his own people in.
But what does that do for normal people?
It doesn't do anything.
It does great for rich people, but it doesn't do anything for us, a hip hop nation.
That's what they're doing here.
And I don't think that that's fair. And I think that's bad. So understand, hip hop nation, what we're facing. We are facing probably the biggest animal ever on the planet, and that's racism and greed.
Hey, and that's what they're doing here. They basically are doing exactly what you're saying. They're moving, like they're building Chipotle's, Kentucky, Taco Bell, and all of the black-owned soul food restaurants and clothing stores. They don't stand a chance because, the big thing, like you and I know, the big thing about African Americans is we buy from everybody else but our damn self. And that's degrading.
But we got so much against us, man. And I'm not here to make excuses. I'm just going to be honest, right? It's so hard for us to build up our own communities because of the things that are constantly coming at us that we can't even see, man.
Yeah, that's true. But we still got to understand, we buy from everybody. But, like Mexicans, they buy from Mexicans. They have Mexican grocery stores. Chinatown got the Chinatown over there with their grocery stores, right? But when we don't have anything because we never support it. Even if we had it, we wouldn't support it, and then it would go down because we don't have capital. And seriously, it starts from that. You know what I'm saying? We need economic development within ourselves and our communities. And when we do have somebody doing it, it's so hard for them to struggle just to pay rent, let alone keep the operation going.
Great way to put it. You want to make a comment?
Yeah, my opinion on that thing is like this. Okay. When you get a African American person that's empowered, that has the money, they so caught up on I did this myself. I made this myself. I'm not giving nobody nothing. They get pig-headed. They forget. That's the biggest thing. We forget where we come from. We forget the struggle. We forget, the know-how to help somebody else because we needed help once before.
That's right.
Forgot who helped you. And then when we finally get it, you're like, oh, I got it all. And then forget how to give back. So it becomes a struggle with ourselves. So now we want to take it from this person. Now we want to rob it from this person because this person don't want to give back to the neighborhood. Don't want to give back to the kid. Or give back to where they come from. They forget. So we already battling with ourselves with not having nothing. So it's like when we finally get it, we want to keep it to ourselves and not share it. So we're gonna never. It become a point where we never have nothing. We never have nothing because we so stuck on ourself.
Selfish.
Self. When self is always the problem. Look in the mirror. You see self. So you battling with yourself and not worrying about nobody else. It becomes selfish. You know what I'm saying? You become selfish with everything that you do. You gotta give. You gotta give to receive. If you don't give to your people not gonna give to you. Your people think that you're taking from them. Your people think that you don't care. So now they don't care. Now you become an enemy. Now they want to take everything from you because you're the one that got it. You become their enemy. And we already enemies of ourselves already growing up in a neighborhood that against us anyway. police brutality. You know what I'm saying? Everybody calling you dumb, stupid. You don't know something. You ignorant.
Black on black crime.
Absolutely. Now you're running with these words. Oh, you a nigga. Nigga this, nigga that. Like, why would you want to call your own brother ignorant? Why you want to call your own sister unknown? Like, come on now. Other than raising your child, you intelligent. You're beautiful. You know what I'm saying? You smart. You're bright. You're smarter than that. You know right from wrong. Other than that, you're like, you stupid. You need to stop doing stupid stuff. Nah, you're brighter than that. You're smarter than that. You gotta start putting words in kids' heads that gonna make them want to go to higher.
Elevate.
Absolutely.
The next one is wealth.
That's
How can
we talked about economic development.
How
we don't
can
have it.
become more economically viable as a community.
They're gonna have to put programs. What you think, Nato? Let's let the 18-year-olds speak.
Like when they was talking about the little black on, like people want to see when they see somebody else owning something that's black, they think that's supposed to be them. They wish that was them. That's why they be.
Talk right into the microphone. Great.
That's why they be wanting to like rob them and take what's theirs instead of getting it on their own and working on their own. Like
because they're jealous.
My dad told me to start right now to build my credit and stuff so I could get whatever car or whatever I want.
Right.
So
that's smart.
He teaching me the right way to go instead of following his footsteps and my brother's footsteps.
Which is what they do.
They went through jail time.
What would you tell other 18-year-olds that's like yourself?
Try to go to college. And
what if they're not good in school?
You don't gotta be good at school. You could do what you want to do in the college. Like you don't gotta like a trade school. You go to Job Corps, do something that will help you benefit, that can help you build and learn. You feel me? Read, do something. I don't read yet, but you can read.
Hold on, you don't read yet?
No.
You can't read?
I can read. I just don't read. Like I don't read.
What do you mean you don't read? Hold on, wait. All right, so you know what I'm gonna do?
He don't pick up books.
I'm gonna buy you a book. What do you buy?
I got a couple books.
I'm gonna give you my book and you gotta read.
So what do you read? When you do read, what do you read?
I want to read like, cause my brother got books, cause he's been in jail or whatever. He be
Right.
reading like the law.
No, what do you want to read?
What do you want to read?
What do you want to
find
read?
authors, something that interests you.
Something that, like exactly. Think about
how to get business. Like
okay, so you know what? We're gonna buy you a business 101 book, bro. Reading is the key to your future. I swear to God, it is, bro.
Everything you want to know is black and white, bro. They hide things. They hide all information in books. Like I say, this is my big thing.
Everything.
I taught myself this has come from a church. You know what I'm saying? From my Christian family. I love my Christian family, and I want to say this: the idle mind is a devil playground. Period. So as long as your mind is idle, you're not doing nothing with yourself. The devil gonna start playing with your mind.
They want exactly.
So you gotta always keep yourself busy. Reading is fundamental. Keep your mental fun. Life will be fun.
I'm telling you. Let me throw this out here too. One of the things about wealth and hip hop and our communities. So this was never taught to me growing up, and I wish it was. Dude, the key to wealth is land. It's like when they first came over here to this land, they just started getting land. Whoever's got land. So if you had land, then your status came up a little bit more. Now you got money, you got something to barter, right? So hip hop nation, wealth is determined in this country through land.
Ownership.
Buy some land. You want money? Buy land and never sell it. I think one of the first things to do or to talk about when it comes to wealth is purchasing land, something tangible.
Property.
Yeah, property. The other thing about
not
wealth,
cars. No cars. That's not included. Cars and clothes.
Exactly.
And jewelry. Throw that out the hell out the door.
Right.
Listen to me. I'm telling you, because that's what it is. Don't. That's nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Now, what my brother here just told me about his dad is what the other thing that we need to do as a community, particularly, I'm not going to say men and women because it's not a gender thing, but I wish my dad would have told me what he told you. Because I've been under economic distress most of my life because I didn't know how to financially plan for my life. I didn't know. My dad didn't know. He came from the gutter. He did the best he could, but I didn't get anything really passed on to me. So now that I'm a little bit older, I'm still trying to fix those bad habits that I have, but I'm educating my daughters, young people, to try to encourage them about how important it is to manage whatever money you have. You can't get $1 million if you can't manage $5.
Because you just gonna mismanage it.
Yep. The other thing that, and I'll kind of wrap up with this, that Dr. Umar spoke about was police genocide. And we all know how we feel the criminal justice system needs to be reformed. I wanted to ask you, man, what do you think about that?
Stop calling them. You ask me, we have the right to police our own situations. We have the right to do that. We don't need the police to police none of our situations.
Nah, but sometimes they need it because it's murders and it's all that.
Okay.
You need it.
You understand this.
I ain't finna be trying to do no murder stuff, and I'm gangster too.
Understand this. Exactly. You gangster too. You can get as gangster as anybody else. But what I'm saying by stop calling them, every situation do not need the law. Every situation do not need the law. What I mean by every situation do not need the law, you got minor situations that people call a law, and the law make that minor situation to a big situation.
But the neighbors do that. You don't got no control of it.
You do. It's called stop being loud and obnoxious. Learn how to control yourself. You feel what I'm saying? It's easy when you recognize something. You gotta learn how to recognize it.
So, do you feel we need police reform in this country overall? Or do you feel that the hip-hop nation needs to check themselves a little bit? I personally think it's a little bit of both.
We need, yes, it's both.
It's give take. It's give take because you got some people that just don't know how to control themselves.
Right.
That need to be controlled.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you gotta also know when to call them people. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't know when to call them people, you'll call them people in every situation. Every situation should be a long, drawn out situation that wasn't even supposed to be. When it was just a disagreement on something that could have been agreed to be disagreed upon.
Hey, hopefully in 2020, the hip hop nation is able to oversee all of the negative views and the way people view us, and also the way we act and react. As little Mikey was saying, we be loud, we be obnoxious, and we're very disrespectful sometimes. Not saying that we all are, but we do that. And I think I have some methods that we could put into place just to help us to progress in 2020 as a hip hop nation. And one would be first to respect our elders. Because our youth, like when I was younger, if I disrespected my mom or my neighbor's mom or whatever, they would slap the hell out of me and my mom would be good because he shouldn't have said this. Nowadays, we had kids fighting teachers, beating up teachers, disrespecting their grandmamas and mamas. We need to start respecting our elders. They may not be always right, and if they are wrong, you can say you're wrong and just walk off instead of fighting them, calling them out their name. We never did that when I was younger. That was
back
like
in them days, kids didn't have kids. When kids having kids, they scared of kids.
Okay, but it ain't no excuse. It ain't no excuse. The excuse is stop disrespecting. That's what I'm saying. You know, and for me, I'm saying black on black crime because I was a part of that my whole life, and I can't smoke a Newport and then talk about nobody. I was a part of gangs. I was a part of selling drugs to my own people. I was a part of being a pimp in the game, making money. I was a part of robbing. I was a part of all of the negative things that develop our community still till this day, even more, and it's gobbling up our youth. So I feel like with our youth, what you first need to know is that you can have a number 2 option. When I was younger, we didn't have all these platforms and all these different mentors and things like that to get us about the projects or whatever. Now you have different rehabilitation programs that you can go into. If you can't read, write, whatever, you can get into these programs and they can teach you anything. So instead of you just having A, which is hustle, rob, steal to get what you want, you can have a B solution, which is go to some type of training, whether it be construction or electrical, or you could learn and get a loan and get your own car washing company or telephone case making company. You just have an A and B solution instead of A.
Somebody, exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
That's right.
And then so respect, and then it goes again with the black on black crime, which is hopefully you can get a job. And if you did make your money, hopefully you can invest in your own business and less buying cars and jewels like I did. I lost everything. I don't have nothing that I used to have back then when I had all that money. I lost everything. So, and pretty much the same thing gonna go with whoever's out there with lawyers or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And then third is just take care of your family, and who around you. And because we only got our family to have our back. If you get locked up, the only people that come and visit you or give you money is your mama or your brother or your uncle or your family.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? There you have it, man. And like I was saying in Straw's story, I just hope the Hip Hop Nation, get some of them nuggets that I've been dropping. And I just hope you guys log on to our IG or Facebook, Hip Hop Meets Politics, and talk to us. give us some verbiage so we can reach out to you. And if you come to Vegas, make sure you holler at Vegas Don. You can reach me on IG, Straw the Vegas Don, and Facebook, Van Strader. And we are on all of the media channels with Hip Hop Meets Politics.
Yeah, you can catch us everywhere, man. Spotify. Go to our Instagram page and our link tree at Hip Hop Meets Politics, and you can check us all out. Hey, we ghost, man. Thanks for
Hey, Hip Hop Nation, we love you, man.
Hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip meets politics. Hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop politics. Hip hop politicians. Hip hop politicians. Hip hop politicians. Hip hop politicians. Hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop politics. Hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop politics.
I'm Valborn Chester, North Silver State kid. I'm Robert Strader, the Vegas Don, running for Congress. My platform, raise Nevadans economics, create more jobs, make our communities progress, elevate our school district, mentoring kids, show them you can come from bottom to the top in politics. See, I'm the voice of the people, from the poor to the rich. UNLV rebels to CSN graduates. First, start off by lowering taxes. Second, be through affordable care for parents. Third, bring our troops back fighting for nonsense. Fourth, us is DACA with immigrants. See, this hip hop meets politics, not politics meet hip hop, but hip hop meets politics. See, this hip hop meets politics, not politics meet hip hop, but hip hop meets politics.
Hip hop politicians. Hip hop politicians. Hip hop politicians. Hip hop politicians. Hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop politics. Hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop politics.
Neither the party's doing enough for the people, so vote for me. I stand for change like Martin Luther had a dream. Black, brown, white, ballin' on the same team. Let's make America America again. Let's start with poverty. Help the homies get jobs, have less murders and robberies. Trump building the wall, hate this land of the free. Treating Mexicans like the Indians and us in slavery. See, this hip hop means politics, stand for diversity. No firearms in school against police brutality. Black on black fatality. No more homeless vets in the streets while the government controlling our mind democracies. I'm just out here trying to eat, keep my freedom of speech, while crooked politicians selling us out for some G's. My reality, equality, and liberty. But until I get that, I'm like Kaepernick taking the knee. Thank you, G.O.D. for this hip hop.
Hip hop politicians. Hip hop politicians. Hip hop politicians. Hip hop politicians. Hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop politics. Hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop politics.
Mr. Strader.
Yes.
What are you going to do about the education system?
I'm going to spend more money on students and less money on administration fees. And then I'm going to mentor the kids and show them you can come from the bottom to the top.
Quería hacerle una pregunta. En la situación tengo
Hey, amigo,
tío.
we know we speak Espanol.
Well, I'm going to tell you in English.
All right.
So, like in this scenario, this dad brought his family, and they've been here in the United States for the last 20 years.
Okay.
And now with these propositions, they're going to separate them. They're going to disintegrate the family. What are you going to do?
Man, I just feel like if they separated me from my family, I'd go crazy. So I'm against illegal deportation. I'm going to assist DACA and Dreamers program.
Mr. Robert Strader, I've always voted and supported the Democratic Party. My mother and father, even my grandmother and my grandfather have always voted and supported the Democratic Party. So if you're not a candidate for the Democratic Party and you're not a Republican, then what's the party and what's their policy are you actually asking the people to stand for?
Well, I'm a libertarian, and we stand for freedom, justice, equality, and liberty for all. Less government control and more freedom of choice. That's what we stand for. Matter of fact, Google it. Google it for yourself and get that info.